Hello everybody, and welcome to video number 8. Not lesson number 8, just video number 8, because this has nothing to do with lessons with Calvin. He's unable until the end of May, well, the middle of May, because of finals for his schooling, and I'm not going to interfere with any of that. I'm gonna let him be with that. Yeah, and totally understandable too. So, and I also apologize for not getting another one of these videos in earlier in the month. I've just been really busy, and I'm extremely busy today too. I only got 4 hours of sleep, but here we are, and I don't need to talk quietly. I'm just talking too quietly because I just don't want to speak really loudly. And I already, whatever. So the next likely lesson will be on May 26th, because the 12th and the 9th I'm going to be on vacation. I so need a vacation right now. So yeah. And while on vacation, I don't think I'll be streaming either. So I'm gone either May 17th or 18th, a Thursday or a Friday, all the way to Monday the 28th. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to 11 days. But anyway, I'm having vacation in the middle of May. So today we are again going over a pro game. Next time I will actually set up the real board and actually go over it in person rather than digitally. So we're still going to focus on Joseki. That's Joseki and reading. That's definitely the big thing. But I also kind of want to look into something else. And it has to do with an opening. I have to find it again, though. Chinese, High Chinese, Mini, Kobayashi, Shusaku, Nirinzei. I would like to look into some Nirinzei stuff. Ad, you can go away. Because as we all know, I don't like playing 4/4 stones. And I would like to be able to do so. So Kobayashi Satoru versus Suzuki Shinji. The one in, well, that's 2017, but you know what? That's okay. Kobayashi wins. Yes, black wins. Okay. So focusing on Joseki and reading, but also just focusing on the opening today. So here we go. Unless, no, it is this one. Because that's that one, that's that one, that's that one. I have no idea why this one is there. So anyway, I'm probably not going to edit too much of this video either because of how busy I'm going to be. So, looking at a pro game, again, Kobayashi Satoru versus as black versus white, Suzuki Shinji. Kobayashi 9 Pro black, Suzuki white 7 Pro. The 56th Judon, back in the middle of February 2017. So, without further ado, as I've already continued on talking for who knows how long, let's begin. So again, trying to work on looking at options and possibilities when it comes to Nirenze, because I don't do very well against it or using it. And so I may as well first learn how to use it. That way I can learn how to go against it. And I probably should have picked a different game, because the next move is a 3-3. And I want to go over something simple, not crazy. Oh, bloody nose, do not come back. Anyway, no. I'm going to look at the different one. I honestly do not want to go over some crazy thing. Okay, just... Okay, there we go. Choi Jong versus Oh Yujin. Or... Actually... 29th female Meijin back in December 2016. Kato Keiko versus Aoki Kikuyo. Alright, let's go with that. Because this one actually is common opening of the 3-4 like I usually do. So, I mean, now I've already seen the move because I was looking at the variations to know what game to look at. So, never mind on the idea. So, white wins in this game. We've got a 6 pros black, 8 pros white. The 29th female Meijin back in December 2016. Okay, so the idea that... So, like last time, I'm going to just go through all of my thoughts on what moves mean, what a series of moves mean, in my opinion, and hopefully the things that I bring up are of help for you. Okay. So 4-4-3-4 is usually a fighting-ish kind of opening, typically. More so if they play the low Chinese or high Chinese, any kind of Chinese. Just in general, that's what I believe the 4-4-3-4 to be, more of a fighting type opening, while the Nirenze is more of a open, influential kind of idea. Because the corners are open, there's who knows what's going to happen. Here it looks territorial based, but if you try doing any kind of invasion, fighting, black's going to benefit somehow unless you go on the outside and then invade later on. So we've got black going for influential, I'm guessing, into white going for maybe territorial. So black playing high, I can understand in a way, because black is going for influence with these two, in my opinion, being flexible, and this prevents the full low Chinese. And since it's high, it also benefits for the center as well, so I completely understand that. As white, I personally would want to pincer this, because by pincering this, black no longer has a base, and the likelihood is that black will either extend out, and I can extend out as well as white, or if I extend out, they can take the corner, but it's kind of smallish, and the stone here hurts it, but it can still be attacked. But this group will not be entirely surrounded and can approach over on the right side. I definitely like the pincer. By playing this attachment and allowing black to just settle easily does not please me at all as white. So as white, I would want to do a pincer. And white does the pincer. So we've got this variation, and I don't remember what else black does over here. I think black can at least do that again. I honestly don't remember the Joseki variation here, because I don't believe attachment's correct. I don't believe pincering again is correct. I think I have to look at that really quick. I want to make sure I have this down, and it will help to know in the future instead of trying to just randomly do stuff. So, I mean, it never hurts to look up a variation if you don't. Other than the exchange I just made there, it doesn't go any farther than that. But let's see if there were notes for that. Black white leaves himself open to be cut later. So there is this extension, or there is just extending back into the corner. Those are white's two options, and it says in here that white leaves himself open to be cut later regarding this e4 e5. So I'm guessing black would need to play something like this, but it's actually, you know what, this variation doesn't look all that good for black. Actually, no, never mind. What am I thinking? This should be fine. I mean, if white just backs off, pressure, black's got room. Black can approach elsewhere. So maybe this is fine for black if they go for the corner like that. Or, I mean, white always has this option. Actually, here it's this, not the kick. Actually, no, there is the possibility of a kick, but this leaves this b6 Hane open for white later, and these two stones are now strong. So that's been a mistake in my experience from, I believe. And should instead just play here. That way white doesn't secure that stone. If white plays here, then you can drop down. If they take away or extend, then you can pincer, and all of a sudden that stone is no longer strong. So that's another option. Black also has the option of doing a diagonal, and white can choose to go upwards, and this is a variation I do know, playing f3, because it does surround white. However, well, and white should be captured here, but there is still Aji. White can play h3 to threaten life. At a later time, so it could provide to be useful. Or white can extend out this way. So yeah. Okay, jotting everything down. We've got a diagonal, we've got the attachment. There's also attaching on the outside, but I don't necessarily like doing things like that. We could jump and go to a different variation, actually. Do and go into something like this, which I think would be kind of equal. I mean, black has a lot of thickness, but white gets a good solid corner. And so anyway, so looking at those options, I believe black's best bet in the idea of going about with the other two stones is to do a diagonal or the jump. Diagonal, I believe, would give more shape. But I could be wrong, because in the past, going between out here in the corner has always been a personal problem, a mental, emotional problem, because I've been told this is wrong or this is wrong. So I just go with whatever I feel until someone tells me wrong. But I personally believe that black would continue with... Actually, no. If we go into the corner... If we take the corner... No, that's just bad. That's bad. Maybe. The reason why I'm continuing with this thought is because, just like last time, I do not want to continue until I have a full, solid idea. It's never, ever, ever helped me to just look at the next move and say, oh, okay, let's go with that then. That's not how you study games, in my opinion. You need to be able to continue looking at all variations until you find one that suits you, and then continue. So based off of that, I'm gonna go with... I mean, I feel like there is the jump, but no, I never mind. The jump leaves worse options for black compared to these two. So these two are my options. Or there's always the attachment, but I don't think the attachment's a good idea right now in this situation because of white having a stone up here. So we've got attachment or diagonal. I personally think that the diagonal would better benefit the outside for black, or to put pressure on this upper side for influence as well. So I stand by my idea of the diagonal. It's okay. It's okay. It happens. Maybe there is something I am missing. That's the point. It's okay to miss something. We're all going to miss something. Perhaps there's a variation or Joseki that I wasn't thinking of at that specific time. And by missing that, but by going over everything else, I have a higher chance of being able to remember what's going to happen and to learn from that. So we have the attachment. As white, I kind of want to play the extension at G3. I don't like the idea. Well, I mean, C3 could maybe be of use for white, because like I shared before, I can't find it. Oh, never mind. That's why. Like I showed before, this is very heavy for black in my opinion, and there's still the cut. There's still things to worry about. So I don't believe that that white would. No, what we're playing as white. White's next move. Either the Hane or extension. I think the honey is a better idea for this. It's just complete opposite today. It's opposite day. It's opposite day. Okay. So maybe there's a shape thing here that I'm missing. So I mean, it's true that, well, white is low. Going to be very hard to develop. And white does have a weak stone. Maybe this is worse off than I am thinking. Unless this just isn't something white wanted to do because of personal preference. But although this would look extremely good for black, because now this stone is having problems. Yeah, this connects. Yeah, fighting. And as white, I don't like fighting either, especially in the opening like this. So this doesn't allow black to build up as much. Okay. So in due time, I'll hope to figure out when and why. Well, not. It's the opening. It's just preference. Like I said just earlier, C2 could be a fighting sequence, and white just didn't want to do it. So I'm guessing they go through the Joseki. Everything I say, except for this, has been yeah, diagonal, straight up, thick wall. Same difference. Yeah, this Joseki. And this I would feel kind of comfortable for white. Because white still has the strength with the C7 and D8 stones. And white is able to use the bottom stones to better go against the right side. And black can no longer develop. And to try running out does pretty much nothing for black right now. So, I mean, I'm guessing, actually, you know, I'm guessing black did this, because if black did this, white would do this, and if black responds and goes out, no, if white does this, sorry, I need to relook at that lesson, because it goes over this Joseki. Or at least I hope that was an uploaded one. Shoot. Sorry, I'm also very, very tired. Did I mention I was asleep for only 4 hours? Yeah, I did. So, anyway. Well, I spent a lot of time just talking about these few things. In future videos, I won't talk so much on things that I'm unsure of. But there was still plenty to learn, I believe, from all of that. Such as, again, making sure to look at all variations, and there's always going to be something that we believe is wrong, but it isn't. to have confidence in yourself, I guess is one way to put it. Because I don't usually have confidence. When you have confidence with what you do, things work out. That's also why not when you're studying a game, not continuing until you know what's going on is going to give you that confidence instead of having the lack of confidence, which leads to not trying and then just seeing the answer and you don't know why, for the most part, in detail. Okay, so, and I already kind of figured this out. I accidentally saw the next move, but I've kind of figured this anyway as black. So actually, this also another thing. Actually, this Joseki ends with black ending in sente, so that could be another thing to keep in mind if you look into this Joseki yourself as well, because I believe this way ends in gote for black, and then white can go elsewhere. And this likely isn't what's going to happen, or the best thing to go about, but as an example, black ends in gote and white gets sente. So that could be another thing about this Joseki that I just wasn't thinking of as well. So black plays the approach. Black plays the approach in here to separate these two stones from this, because white's only territory is whatever's on the left and the bottom. Black's got one corner and whatever's going on the right. And like I also mentioned before, white wins this game. So something is bound to happen. I believe white has to pincer. The question is shape, because if white does this far of an extension, that Aji is just really bad. Here, it's not as bad. But that pincer shape, I don't know. But white might need to white need to kick because of these two stones being there. I like the idea of kick. And letting no. By kicking, white put a lot of. By kicking, it's like saying black already had the left side to begin with. It's like black had the 4-4 and then white approached and then made some funny surrounding move. Or actually, no. Black had the corner. White approached, backed off, keeps the corner, white extends. Black does the approach, back off, extend, and then it's like I invade in here. If that makes sense. It would, if I kick, it would be like these two stones are invading black's territory. And we don't want that, because this was white's territory, white's potential territory that white was going for. So I don't believe white can, and this is me being confident about it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So I believe white needs to do some kind of pincer. But at the same time, if white does a pincer, white doesn't gain very much from it. Got to look at every aspect. The corner is really big and it can still develop. It's true that if white makes an extension here, it's not going to develop. It still has Aji. It's going to get very few points, especially not as much as the corner. So, it's not as urgent, I guess. I don't believe it to be an urgent thing. So I'm going to stick with the idea of the kick. Actually, or just backing off, because by backing off, if black tries to go into the corner, white can come back to play here, give black the corner, and then go with a variation to go for influence. You know what? I like that. I actually feel very comfortable with that. I think white will back off. I've been wrong but you know what? That's okay. That is okay. So I'm guessing completing. Yes, completing the variation. And I'm guessing white black needs to play high here. Playing low is not a good idea. Black needs to play a high extension. But that's interesting. They play this. Why not this? Because of this? That would be a really good exchange for white. And by playing back here, if white wants to do that, it's going to be really ugly. No, even then, I think white can fight this out and this will be really good for white. This looks really good for white. What? And black might have a possibility to do that. Okay. So maybe I'm just overthinking it and black can just simply Atari. I mean, obviously not right now, but in the future. Sorry, I'm feeling lightheaded all of a sudden. So the next move white makes is this. Understandable. I wouldn't want it actually, yes, it gives white more stones in the middle. I'm guessing this is what occurs, and then white extends. I haven't looked at the pro game. This is what I believe it would look like. Because whenever you have a weak group, it's usually easiest to live if you are able to pull off some sente moves that threaten. So that you can get extra moves like this, because there's absolutely no way you could just play this and hope to get out. Or if you just that had nothing to. Black can do it back, pressure white even more. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find an example, but just in general, if you can force yourself into having good shape, then shape is everything. Shape is a lot of things. With shape, you are able to fight, you're able to run. So white actually plays a jump, which makes sense in the aspect how white can just do this and play like this, go for influence. These stones are still in trouble. Yeah, white's getting center potential. And why not something like this? Well, maybe we get something like I don't know. So I'm not gonna continue on with that. So just simply extend. I apologize if this is just just continuous rambling. I mean, in a way, I'm definitely trying to learn from this. And I'm hoping you're able to understand some of these Joseki stuff that's going on and some of the decisions going on as well. So far we've got yes to pincering because it helps to support white's upper stone and prevent black from having eye shape. Taking away the corner is important, probably more important than just doing some kind of diagonal. And it forces white to need to make some kind of shape. And then we've got this. Kicking, yes, because it protects the corner. Keeps the corner, because it's too small if white were to make an extension out here, make a pincer, and then maybe white does black, maybe that this Joseki happens, and white thickness facing black stone, and still needed to maybe connect at a later time, not right now, is yeah, not all that good for white. So kicking, protecting the corner, and I'm guessing high because this is high and whites can possibly develop. And no, well, there is that too, but playing high always puts pressure on whatever is really close to the group. It can be here, it could be here, it could be one stone, but playing high puts heavy pressure on a group. By playing low, there's a lot of threats. For example, there's this. For black to get some extra stones in there, some extra thickness, and then be able to escape at a later, well, have more shape to run out, which would be highly beneficial. So that's what I mean regarding pressure, because black can't really necessarily do that here. If black does, that just leaves a bigger corner for white, like way bigger, and black still has things to worry about. Anyway, plenty of things to worry about. So, and then forcing moves always to get more stones in. Okay, so as black, I really want to do something up here because this is high, and as black, I might have that confidence that this group should live, especially with an extension out here. That's a pretty good base. Actually, a diagonal might be better shape because from experience, this is maybe not the best idea. I mean, we've got this, we've got no, actually, that doesn't look good for white. Excuse me. So, sorry. So maybe no, just in general, black should be able to have a base on the side. So maybe it's okay to do something along the lines of maybe H17 or J17, or not. I guess not. So I guess to learn from that then. Sorry. I guess one way to look at it is if I were to play something like this. Black, well, this corner is now secured. This area is secured. And white always has this. And that does not look very good for black. So never mind. That makes sense. Trying to find the right variation. There we go. So the purpose of this is to not be surrounded and not to have weak groups, as much as I would love to play on the top. Although if white plays on the top, I mean, it's not all that big right now. And if white does something like this, then there's always a possibility to go back into it later. I mean, I don't know, let's say something like this happens. There's always, it's gonna be simple at the current moment to invade, reduce, do something to the top. So something to keep in mind. It's going to be extremely hard to develop something on the top. Even with this. Because there's still AUG for this and this and this. There's just way too much AUG potential. And if white goes ahead and plays like this, there's still the potential for getting some extra stones for some center potential. Actually, this might be... Actually... Well, yeah, same idea, and keeping white pushed down, and possibly even pincering. Wow, I am really not... Okay. If at any point you find that what I'm saying is being of no help, let me know. And I'll actually make another video tomorrow as well, on Sunday, April 29th. But if you find any of this not useful, or I'm not focused enough, or anything of the sort, please let me know. I would like to make sure that I create videos of studying these games that work in a way to be able to help you guys. So don't think I'll hate you or something. Definitely feel free to let me know on what I can do to be better for you to understand what I'm thinking or what to think about in your games. So white does approach, and that might have, I'm not going to say is, because I don't know at this point because I've already seen the move, but I might have gone ahead with this in the end, and because it still keeps back to the idea of if white does something else, there is the possibility of being surrounded in the corner, of... No, that's just the main idea. It's getting this corner surrounded, and black having this potential framework to, let's imagine that's not there, to build up a lot of center potential and have somewhere to run towards if white has no base and is trying to live on the right side and has to run. And by playing the extension, it provides potential for white to get points on the top. Like mentioned before, if black backs off and white plays a large knight here to get some points on the top as well, because white's definitely going to need some points, because right now white only has the bottom and the top. Right now black has maybe 4 points on this left here, and this corner's worth about 7 as of right now. No, 8. Because of B6, but there is still things like this corner, and whatever is occurring on the left. But I'm guessing, I mean, this is what I believe would occur. I don't believe black can manage a pincer, because that would be giving away a corner. Corner's really big right now because white has a corner, black has a corner. This one's unsure. White can always go into the corner there, and there's also an possibility of this occurring, and The corner is still open, and now this stone is in trouble. Well, not necessarily in trouble because it's because of the variation. It's still in trouble. Still needs to do something here. But again, the corner is still open. And black doesn't have all that much influence at this point anymore. So I don't believe black can pincer. I believe what black has to back off. If that's another thing. Sometimes we think too locally. Sometimes we need to think broadly. Broccoli. No, never mind. I don't I don't like this idea either. Just free attacking of the corner. No. I believe black has to back off. Yep. Backs off. Now, I already shared what I was originally thinking, and that would be this, but apparently not. So we've got this. This might not be something I personally would do, because of maybe something like this. The corner just seems so much bigger than playing L6. But maybe it's too much if this stone is separated. Maybe I'm just thinking about it all incorrectly. I'm thinking white territory. But you know what? J17, now that I'm thinking about it, it sure protects some of the Aji, but there's still Aji. But it only gives white maybe 5 more points. Or 4. And pincering this stone is far more bigger and important for black. Way bigger than 4 points. So this makes sense. This is actually really good to know. I'm guessing that if black wants to play something like this, white would be happy to do so, and maybe play something like this or this way for shape and possibility of going underneath. Corner Aji, it may not be a thing anymore. These stones can be cut. So okay. And if black does something like this, then well, well, actually, that might be what black does. A kick. Because of this shape, and it has a better chance of keeping the corner. So I'm guessing that's what black does? No. I was so confident. Black takes the other corner. So now going slightly more aggressive, which kind of makes sense. I mean, it's pretty much middle game for sure. Whoops. Not that. It is pretty much middle game at this point. I mean, if black wants to play over here, very, very gote, and white can play stuff to develop, reduce, take the initiative. So I like that idea. Initiative, taking the initiative and not just playing a big move for a territory when you can first play a big move taking Sente, I think. Or if not Sente, then just taking away territory. Well, if you no, just in general, this I can see how this would be bigger than just fighting instead of playing gote and letting white do whatever the heck they want. Or my mind. If black were to play this, white could play this, and this is now in a heavier position. White keeps the corner that white was hoping to have, and white can still do stuff down here. By playing here, it's getting rid of white's territory, or hoping to, because we still don't know if white's going to block this way, black connects underneath. We don't know if white's going to play A19, descend, and we see something like this, which shouldn't happen. I mean, who knows? Actually, this would be really bad. Who knows what's going to happen? But I mean, I personally think white would just block this way. I think white has to. Because by playing here, I mean, like, show that's just a heavy stick now, and we don't want that. I'm guessing we have to play this way, and black will have to have Sente. If anything, I'm just extremely glad that I at least bring up multiple options, and one of them is what they do, just not the one that I'm hoping for. Because they play this. Black extends, white connects, and black does the diagonal. Austin, what are you missing here? Help. Help. Okay, okay. Let's back up. If white does this, white keeps the corner, black still gets Sente, and black can still play something like this, and that's very, 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 very damaging to white's potential. Black is very comfortable on the left side now. I feel like I almost had a spark there. So white is no longer comfortable, but black is. And here white would need to respond by playing something over here, most likely. But by playing this way, whoops. I don't know. Like, I legitimately do not know. It's true that this black group isn't alive, and now white has this B15 extension down here. White's got this done up here and some stones down here, so that black is behind enemy territory. Enemy. New word, everyone. Territory and enemy. Enemy. Anyway, so this group isn't alive yet. So that might be what white is aiming for. White does have this attachment. The ladder does work for white. So this ladder does work for white, so black can't do that. Black would need to play something like this. Actually, this might be better. This should be better. and still threaten to do something there. Yeah, and this should definitely be alive. Yeah, definitely. Anyway, so white can do this attachment. I'm guessing this is what white plans to do next. No. Okay. So this is what happens. I mean, it's the same similar idea. Keeping black restricted to the corner and not being surrounded for white. And I've already seen the next move, and it's this. So I guess this is what white wanted. This is why white allowed and played b15. Because white had confidence that they could attack this group. Maybe that... I feel like that's going to be the key thing in this game, just confidence. Because I was confident that I had good variations. What I didn't have was confidence in things like fighting this group here. I had confidence in shape and whatnot for D17, but what I didn't have was the confidence that I could gain something from attacking this middle group. I didn't have confidence in my Joseki knowledge in the corner. Regarding sending Gote and possible outcomes. So confidence is... I think confidence will be the key word for this stream. For this video. Find that confidence. Even if you are unsure how to do something like capture this middle group, try it out. You learn from experience, not from not trying. And I do a lot of not trying. A lot of it. Wow, I spent an hour already. Okay. So we've gone over Joseki stuff and opening stuff. So at this point I will kind of skim through a little bit. So black protects the shape, which is always good, and white protects that so that so this cut is never a thing. So bamboo, black goes underneath. I don't quite understand why, but no, white needs territory. Territory is important. Black continues with the fighting because white doesn't have much territory at all. Black makes sure, maybe they were just looking at I don't know why K17. I honestly don't know why right now. Maybe for future. Anyway, so B14 massive. So at this point, this is starting to look more and more alive, and I don't know what white's going to do about it. I mean, at this point, all I can think of is wanting to take the corner approach here and build the middle, but as white, I just don't like this. So obviously I'm missing something. Black's got 2, 4, 6. 6 points on top. It could be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So let's just say 10 for now, because white does have a monkey jump in here. So 10. We've already established 8, so 18. Maybe 2, so 20. Black has 20 points. White, 6 solid points. But white can always approach, go threaten the corner. I'm honestly at a loss. And I'm trying not to continue because of I don't have that confidence. But white wins. Perhaps this is the only thing I can really think of right now that might be able to benefit. White doesn't approach on the inside because of K3 acting almost like a pincer, preventing black's developmental potential on the bottom and on the right side, and or maybe even high, one or the other, for the aspect of having another stone to run to if needed to continue to put pressure on this left group. Because I'm still looking at a move like this, but it might be hard at this point. I think white has to continue preparing by playing something like this. No. So I need to look at the bigger bit. So this just isn't big enough, I guess. Not big enough, and it ruins potential. I mean, if white plays this and we see this, and black fixes this, then there's no opportunity for the Moyo, while on the other hand, by playing this, threatening, we can see something like this. And black doesn't have that thing. So, okay. Continue threatening. Continue to threaten, continue. I guess I just also need to do better with fighting. Because, I mean, white's trying to develop, but also just working on surrounding. Push through. Extend. Hane. Hane protect. So the top is now settled. No worries about the top. And white is able to disconnect black, so black can't do anything more over there. So black goes ahead and plays here. White continues to keep black surrounded, and now black needs to play something on the nope. I believe here white needs to play this. Never mind, I guess I was not reading properly. So we've got this. Does white extend? No. Atari first. Yes, Atari, because now that doesn't work. But black can make shape by continuing with forcing moves. I'm guessing that's what I'm extend. Yes, okay. Here white has to take. Or not. Okay, so this is just a whole reading thing, a whole fighting reading thing. So I was thinking white would have to take this, because if white does anything else, I'm missing something here. Maybe it's just another fancy way of doing it. They connect. No, now this ensures my suspicion and confusion. White didn't want black to be able to cut through. White wants this moyo, and allowing black to live? Because now black can just extend. Yeah, extend. Yeah, white's just allowing. I mean, the center is worth more than 20 points, which is what black has right now. Way more. And there's still the right side to deal with. And yeah, so black makes an extension down here, which prevents that center potential. So what is white going to do? I mean, white can't allow black to have that corner, and eventually white will probably need to play in here as well. But like I said before, I've already been going way over time, so I'm going to just look through. Okay, I think this is the game changer, as some would say, because I think this group can die now. But neither of them do anything about it. I'm guessing this is what happens. Nope. This variation? Nope. Here they ignore and then play down here. So I guess they attach because they don't want the top to be in any danger whatsoever. Get some stones in there for security. So that part does make sense. So white did want to play in here when they played Q17. Okay. And so the fight begins. And here I'm just skimming through. Ooh. Oh, never mind, not giving up the corner. Yes, taking that out of the picture. Playing here, white needs to take. Unless there's another way to take away eye shape, because that is only one eye. That is only one eye. If white plays here, it can threaten to take away any other eyes. So I think white needs to do that, because if white plays this, I mean, that's an eye right there. And black can make the second eye right here. Here, there's no way for white to capture. So white can't take the two stones. White can't take the two stones. White has to Tanuki. I mean, I still definitely believe it's possible to capture this black group. Maybe. Because there's another possibility for eyes there. I don't know. Takes here, here, Are you fighting a co? Never mind. Okay. And there you have it. Can't take those 2 stones. Have to take the other eye. And here there are no eyes. I mean, there's no second eye. Black extends. I believe white just has to block on the outside. Yes. There's the cut. We've got the Atari. We've got the take. Atari. This group should totally be fine now. And this group in the middle. So black can't make 2 eyes. Yeah, not even here. No, black can make 2 eyes here. No, what am I thinking? No, that's not 2 eyes. Okay, so that is dead shape. Even if black wants to do something in there. Extend, Atari, connect. That gets rid of the Atari. Plays here to threaten connecting. Threaten connecting. Threaten an eye. Disconnect. White's just alive here. Oh wait, no. White doesn't play that. White plays this. Ooh. Ooh. I probably would not have thought of something like this. I would not have. You learn something every day. So this is a new way. Well, I mean, it's not new, but this is one way to get rid of that eye. Because if they play this, that's not an eye. I like that. I like that a lot. And here we also take away that eye. But then we've got this. But then we've got this. Cutting shape. Threaten. And the chase begins. But I mean, clearly by what happens, well, by knowing what the result is, white manages to capture this black group, meaning that this group lives, this group is fine. So black plays this. We've got an Atari, extension Atari. They play that, white descends. Attaches. Protects. Otherwise, this group would have perished. or be disconnected. And this just looks alive. Yeah, that's definitely alive. So that's definitely game. Oh, that does work. Yeah. Threaten for eye space. Oh. This does work. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. What? Oh, yeah. Duh. It works. So, honey, Atari connect, extend, connect, continue taking away eye shape, and then it's a fight for liberties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But white is so white looks like is ahead by 1 liberty. Actually, white doesn't have to worry about those stones. This. Wow, they really do continue through. But it looks like, yeah, white just takes there. Yeah, looks like white gets this. Where's white playing next? There. Here is interesting. Take away eye space. Co that. Atari that. Atari that. Yeah, if this is Seki, white loses. But white... Actually, yeah, at this point, no. Black does have some threats still. Like that, yeah. So what is black? What is white's next threat going to be? Threatening the corner? So I am very confuzzled. I mean, white does get the corner, yes. But black has all corners. And black lived. No, black doesn't have all corners. Because black lost one. But still, black looks very much ahead. So white... We see this do. We see this co. What? I mean, I still don't see how white wins this. By resignation. I still don't see it. Unless black makes a grave mistake. And that's the end. And it says white by resignation. Is it really in white's favor? I'm very unsure of what is going on. I'm just filling in endgame stuff. But it makes no sense. Is white really ahead? Well, then again, captured stones. That maybe I'm just miscounting what the corner looks like. So black has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52... Yeah, 52. 52. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 40. No. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 56. I guess that is bigger than I was thinking it was. Because white's ahead by at least 10 plus Comey. So that corner was really enough. I mean, that was some heavy counting reading. But okay, anyway. I mean, it was all mostly for all of the opening stuff and beginning of the middle game stuff. All the fighting, just skimming through for the sake of time, because I've been doing this is now an hour and a half long, and I needed to stop. I mean, there's definitely quite a few things learned about the fight that occurred in the middle here. Such as the J14, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so find that confidence. If you don't have confidence, find it. Yeah, that would be over concentrated for white. Anyway. Confidence, again with Joseki, and working on direction. It's pretty much what all this has been. It's been, I mean, most of it, I was wrong every time, but I saw the variation. So, oh, that's right, that's the variation. There we go. So, yeah, it was right here. So, sorry, I keep forgetting what I was going to say, but it was a very interesting game to look at. A lot of things still running in my mind. But if anything, I just need to read deeper. Like, I know a lot of variations, more than I think, but I still don't know a lot of variations. But it's the result, I guess, that I am not looking at like I should be. And that is what's causing me to end up getting the wrong. Yeah. So I just need to read deeper into the results and be more confident about the idea. If it doesn't work, you learn from it. I'll learn from it. If it does work, we've definitely learned something. So I'm going to leave it at that. And again, leave a comment or just let me know sometime somewhere if I need to change or do better in videos like this. This is only the second video that I've done regarding going over a pro game, and I know from these two videos that I kind of do just talk when I'm trying to figure things out for myself mentally and trying to word everything, and it just goes on and on and on for a really long time. So if I need to do less of that, let me know, for your sakes. And that was a really long stomach rumble. I need to eat. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you were able to learn something from these. Let me know if there is something that I can do or change to make these better for you. And I will see you next time. I will be streaming tomorrow morning, and I hope to possibly make another video tomorrow. Just depends. It will for sure depend. Otherwise, I will make an extra video next month for the month of May. So again, thank you guys, and I will see you next time. Later.